You know it's a good day when you get an invitation to take a brand new car out on the racetrack. You know it's an excellent day when you get an invitation from Subaru to drive the brand new 2011 WRX. It's even better when you get to take the STI out on the track here at Calabogie Motorsports just outside of Ottawa. So let the games begin. The WRX now has the same wide-body fender flares and stance that was an STI exclusive until this year. Historically, WRX owners have tended to be men, but women also purchase these capable cars. It'll be interesting to see if women will still be attracted to the WRX now that it's bulked up. Regardless, the added body panels and wider track give an impression of stability. If you're attracted to the added level of grip and performance that only an all-wheel car can deliver, then the regular WRX will more than fulfill your needs. The base price is very attractive and should be heavily considered compared to front-wheel drive cars like the Mazda Speed 3 and Golf GTI.
With the WRX and WRX STI, horsepower is not the total story. When you're talking about these vehicles, you're talking about total performance. And the key beyond the engine and drivetrain is the fact you have a suspension system and braking system that provides the driver with control and confidence. And really, that's what people are looking for. You get into a performance car, it's not a matter of just having a lot of raw power for straight line acceleration. You want to have the control and the ability to be able to enjoy any kind of driving condition. A well-equipped WRX starts off at $32,495, which is outstanding value, which is the same price as last year, but we've added so much value to the vehicle, the suspension, the body styling, upgraded audio system with Bluetooth. So it really delivers a whole lot of power and performance in its category. Pretty well unbeat.
Okay, it's not all just track. We want to take the WRX out on the road and see what it's like to live with driving around at normal speeds. And I got to tell you, it's a very easy car to drive, which means you could buy a car that's more performance oriented like this and live with it quite easily. There's a bit more road and engine noise than you would get from a regular sedan, but that makes it a little bit more enjoyable. The steering is light, the car is very tossable, it responds well. What's interesting though, they went through all of this effort to upgrade the car for exterior styling. They've got this new kit on the outside, it's got a wider track, but they didn't go through the effort of including a 6-speed gearbox. Comes with a 5-speed manual. In this day and age, that's a little bit passé. Now, two of the main competition for this car on price anyway are the Mazda Speed 3 and the Volkswagen Golf GTI. Now they land in right around where this car starts, but what do you get with a Subaru? You get the all-wheel drive, you get the horizontally opposed boxer engine, you get the low center of gravity. There's nothing wrong with the GTI or the Mazda Speed 3. They are excellent cars, but you cannot compete with all of that power just going through 2 front wheels when you have a car like this where you put all of the power through all 4 wheels. It can split the torque up to 50% front to back. It really is a marvelous system, and it's the best way to get the power down on the road. Front-wheel drive with this much power ain't gonna cut it. The WRX STI for 2011 comes in a sedan form with this big spoiler on the back. It's not hard to miss. Now, a lot of the changes on this car are underneath the suspension. This new STI has new, firmer springs in the front and the back. It has bigger stabilizer bars, brand new bushings. It's all being dialed in to produce a car that is much more capable and effortless and reassuring when you're driving at speed. It's true. The stiffened springs, thicker stabilizer bars, new bushings, and dramatically lighter wheels all come together to provide first-rate fun lap after lap. The STI isn't about flat-out power, but more about the driver's confidence in the car's cornering and stability at very high speeds. On these fronts, the STI often outperform the driver's ability and not the other way around.
I drive WRX STI Spec C, which is sold in Japan. Yeah, basically, our development teams have a test team, so they're the ones who are in charge of the tests. But myself, I went to the tracks and rode STI by myself, and I also went to the Nürburgring circuit to test myself. We are possible to drive the Nürburgring safely and with stability. We consider that a car that driver can drive safely in their general roads too.
And when you get out of the WRX and you get into the STI, the difference is remarkable, and it all centers around the suspension and the steering, the communication back to the driver. The steering isn't nearly as light. You've got massive tires on there, stiffer springs, different sway bars, all kinds of stuff, and it all adds up to make a performance car. Of course, you got more horsepower as well at 305. You can throw this thing into the corners and it just darts around, and it really does dart. The steering is a little bit more sensitive, so maybe for somebody that's going to drive their WRX every day will be a little bit more relaxed than somebody who has an STI like this and always feels kind of at attention.
I think both the WRX and WRX STI represent outstanding values. If you're looking for a real performance car, really can't be matched by anyone else, especially the combination of all-wheel drive, handling, and control. And I think that it's going to make these vehicles even more popular than they are right today.
Can't get enough of automotive news and updates? Then visit our website for web-only features. We're at drivingtelevision.com.